Riley, because they're the more quotable people. Casey Jones does not make good copy. He's quiet, but he's a terrific coach.
Well, I'll tell you, made a heck of an adjustment in this game. He's packed in the defense.
Offensive foul against Boston on Parrish.
And that packed in defense is confusing the Lakers a little bit.
Second on Parrish. Maxwell and Parrish each have 2 personal fouls.
Here comes Parrish.
No question about that. Timeout. Lakers 40-37. The turnover story, the Lakers turned it over 25 times, the most in the playoffs in game 1, and they've turned it over here, and it's resulted in 8 Boston points. But thinking of the strategy of the Celtics on defense and what they had to do offensively, how has it worked so far, Tom?
They threw a nice wrinkle at them defensively. They've taken away the inside game of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and also those passing lanes that he likes to use to other players.
And they've also hit the outside shot, opening up the game inside.
Right, with Scott Wedman, so their inside game is starting to perk.
Is McAdoo over Maxwell, crashing the boards of Worthy, and the foul will be against James Worthy, his second. LA scored 7 straight points to start the game. Looked like no stopping them. 18-4 at 1 point. The Celtics have come back since then and now lead by 3 points. They had it up to 5. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Ames goes by Cooper, and there's Quinn Buckner. Hit his first 2 shots from outside, misses there, and here's the LA break. Cooper and Magic Johnson. Michael Cooper. What the Lakers can do to you, but Boston comes right back. Parrish. He had a good shot in there, and now Kareem protecting the ball. Almost knocked Quinn Buckner into the upper deck. Foul against Boston, though.
You're not supposed to swing your elbows, but here's Parrish, has a good opportunity. Magic comes in to give him a little trouble. Here comes Kareem, come off with the rebound. And he's throwing elbows, and to tell you the truth, I thought it was on Kareem. Buckner really trying to get out of his way, but they give it to Buckner.
Kurt Rambis is in the ball game now. Bird is guarding him. The foul was against Buckner, and Larry Bird beats every one of the ball. And now they say traveling. So the Lakers still maintain possession. Scott Wedman and Dennis Johnson come back in the ball game. Johnson has not scored. Wedman 7 off the bench. Double team, quick sky hook by Abdul-Jabbar. Rebound Wedman. Scott Wedman has made a terrific contribution to the Boston Celtics, who lead by 1, 40-39, with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Parrish loses it. Parrish lost it. He had it. And now comes Rambis back on the break. And the Lakers, when they get the running game going, forget it. And they're doing it now. And LA has regained the lead with 5.5 minutes to go in the half.
Now, Dennis Johnson, we're going to find out before this series is over whether he's a true Celtic in soul, because he's been in and out and playing a lot like, well, never like he's been played before.
That's a pretty strong comment, as Wedman misses from the side, but if anyone can make it, it would be an ex-Celtic. Cooper, Worthy, foul. Let's talk about Dennis Johnson. What hasn't he done?
Well, he's been a star in the NBA for a long time. He's not having a good series, and Worthy guarding him has caused him some problems. He's taken away his normal scoring ability in the low post and off rebounds. He's been forced to try and shoot from outside, something he doesn't like to do. And he's getting caught on defense, trying to pick up Worthy, so it hasn't been a good series for him. And for him to hold his cool and not sulk, like a lot of players might, is a big thing. Tough problem for Casey Jones right now to try and get him back into this thing.
James Worthy makes 1 out of 2. Dennis Johnson's foul is his second. The Celtics are in the penalty. The Lakers have committed only 2 team fouls. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Bird, no good. Parrish in a crowd gets it out to Dennis Johnson. Scott Wedman doubled inside, and Maxwell had it and lost it to Rambis. The Celtics are turning the ball over more now. And now they're going to call Cedric Maxwell, who is close to getting a technical foul. Foul is on Maxwell. And Johnson will go to the line, and Maxwell has 3 personal fouls. And that is not a good sign for the Celtics, because Maxwell has shouldered a lot of the offensive and defensive burden up front.
Up comes Magic Johnson, and Maxwell trying a little bit like he did in game 2, tries to get at the ball of Magic, but too late.
The Celtics will call a timeout. Magic Johnson is 1 out of 5 from the free throw line, and Maxwell is hot under the collar. We'll be back. And to find out what we have in store at the half. Right now, let's go to Brent Musburn.
All right, Dick, we heard from Bob Cousy in Boston. Today we're going to hear from the great Jerry West of the Los Angeles Lakers. And also we're going to do a feature on a young man who may be the next Julius Erving in this league, James Worthy. And then Kevin Lockery will be along. He'll tell you all about illegal defenses. He's counted a dozen out here that haven't been called. Right now, let's go back to Dick and Tommy.
Thank you, Brent. James Worthy so far has 9 points. Bob McAdoo with 11 leads the Lakers, and Larry Bird with 14 is the top scorer for the Celtics. Magic Johnson's been struggling from the line so far, but the Lakers haven't been overall. They have 7 straight points since the Celtics had their biggest lead by 5.
Well, they got their fast breaking gear, and they can consistently look for that, so you got to be alert to it at all times.
Lakers by 3, but a far cry from their 14-point edge that they had in the first period. Celtics just couldn't hit, and the Lakers were running and taking advantage of those missed shots. Cooper now is on Bird. That's the man the Lakers want. Dennis Johnson. This is the outside shot. Kurt Rambis has it, and it'll be a Boston foul. Looks like Scott Wedman. 3 fouls on Wedman, who has scored 7 points.
But significantly on that, even though he missed it, Dennis Johnson took the outside shot, something he's been reluctant to do. So they must have talked to him on the bench to get him shooting in that department.
Is he upset that he's not guarding Magic Johnson in the series?
I don't really think so, but you never know sometimes what hides in the heads of ball players at times. He might think it a mano-mano duel. And a lot of people are of the opinion that if he had guarded Magic Johnson, he would rise to the occasion.
Magic for Dennis Johnson, 0 for 3 from the field. Kurt Rambis. It's the second free throw. 4:22 remaining in the first half. The Lakers lead 44-40. Because Dennis Johnson was an MVP when Seattle won the World Championship 5 years ago. McHale throws it right into the hands of Kareem. To Rambis. And the Celtics are reverting to their style early in the ball game, and the Lakers are taking advantage of it. Rambis is 5 for 5 from the field with 11 points now. They hadn't had much from him until this game. Bird is double teamed. Pass inside, knocked away by Rambis. Now Dennis Johnson penetrates, and this is the layup. He's struggling. 0 for 4 from the field for Dennis Johnson. LA has run off 11 in a row. And now Rambis is fouled, and they can make it 13, and the crowd loves it here at the Forum.
Casey Jones right now, I'd call a timeout because they are really having their problems. Bird against that packed-in Laker defense, trying to force passes like we showed at the top into the painted area.
Casey Jones was once an assistant coach with the Lakers.
And Bill Sharman, who was a former teammate of mine, is the president out here of the Lakers. So there's a little bit of a connection between the old green and the yellow out here.
Cooper tips in the missed free throw by Rambis. It's a 49-40 game. The Lakers have run off 14 straight points.